Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing Dungeon Bitches by Emily Allen. For those of you who are new to this game, here's the basics. This is a game wherein disaster lesbians get fucked up in dungeons. Here's the pitch. A faux medieval gritty fantasy setting with all your standard crap heteropatriarchal assumptions. Political marriages, dowries, etc., etc. Not the best society to be a queer girl in. Luckily, if the thought of getting married off and having to pretend like you're happy with that is too much for you, there are two options. You can run away and join a nunnery, or you can run away, join a band of similar, heavily armed bitches, and make a living as mercenaries, tomb robbers, and adventurers. This is far less socially acceptable and far more dangerous, but you might get rich, fall in love, and be able to wreak terrible vengeance on the society that wronged you.
We also have some other forces at play in the town, which include political radicals, wealthy merchants, a prominent citizen who's also secretly a kidnapper/murderer of women, and a well-armed militia, and a fundamentalist religious sect that is separate from the church in our town. Some of the rumors in town are war looms on the horizon, which, given the giant schism and the fact that there's militia associated with the fundamentalists, that's not too surprising. Another rumor is graves are getting robbed. I wonder about that one. Shape-shifting spider puppet masters, which are both on the top level, and because there's not terribly much distance between them, they're okay with each other. They probably keep to their own separate areas. In the second level, we have a fallen forge mistress, or a fallen titan forge mistress, which, makes sense with the abandoned mines. And at the very bottom, we have a Medusa queen, who is actually rather far from the fallen titan forge mistress, which may become relevant.
So, I am playing the Magnificent Millicent. Her deal is the Invisible Girl, which means that she is basically somebody who is absolutely terrified that the world is going to find out her horrible secret, and has learnt to just blend into the background and not be noticed.
Yeah, I'm playing Trash Victory. They, for that one. Her deal is that she is the beast, so she is something other than human from a long line of monsters that existed before humanity and will exist after them.
I am playing Fowlin, sheltered by the strength and wisdom of our illustrious Shining Lord. If I've already given her a dumb long name before, no I didn't. Shut up. Her deal is the Disgraced Princess. Listeners, you may know that she is the sister of Galen, guarded by the grace and glory of our illustrious Shining Lord, so I gave her a similar name.
And I will be playing Lothale Willowbow. She uses she or fae pronouns. Her deal is fae is the witch.
I don't know, assuming the rest of you aren't trying to sneak past, we'll make a formal announcement of, presenting 3 weird strangers to the court for their entertainment. And then there's some bugle, and then we'll kind of motion to you to introduce yourselves, whilst just this room full of vampires just stares.
We now return to your game already in progress.
I love that idea, honestly.
I also love that idea.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Who needs to be careful? And then do you want to take point on Plains of Vampires since presumably Millicent isn't in the scene? Cool.
Awesome.
That was, in fact, my entire plan here.
Excellent.
Heck yeah.
Your evil plan to be a vampire.
In my head, they have that Darkest Dungeon thing where they're kind of like mosquito people in old and slightly battered finery.
Hell yeah.
So you can tell just by looking at them, like the older ones look more insecty.
Gross.
Ooh.
But they're all a little bit mosquito-y.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll hear, these little susurrus of whispers and some polite applause, and there's this just tension as they're waiting for one of you to do something interesting.
So I mean, obviously, I'm going to step forward, and as they're motioning for one of us to introduce themselves. Obviously, I'm going to be like, well, take my hand off of Trash's elbow and say, foul and sheltered by the strength and wisdom of our illustrious Shining Lord, at your service. And I give a very polite curtsy.
Yeah. Like one of them in faded brocade, slightly military uniform. Kind of step forward and, respond with a bow and be like, yes? And how old are you?
I'm gonna just sort of blink in confusion and say, I beg your pardon.
How old? How long have you existed for?
It's not very polite to ask a lady how old she is.
Well, it influences things. It affects the complexity of one's character.
I'm gonna glance back at my companions and be like...
Yeah. Trash will pipe up like, hey, the vintage doesn't matter, jackass.
Not necessarily.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, right, yes. I forgot we have a peasant with us.
Ah, fuck off! God. Can't stand you motherfuckers.
At this point, Fallon is standing with her hands like a little, the raptor hands thing? She's just sort of standing with her hands there like, what? Like, she's glancing around like, am I out of my depth? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Who are these guys?
So, I'm gonna try to reveal some truths
Hell yeah.
about this room and this situation, which is a soft move. And you use this move when you probe a situation to uncover something hidden. So I'm kind of shoehorning my way into this conversation.
Please.
Yeah.
And I forgot what my soft is. That's why I have it written down.
It'll be, I think, +1.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a 10. So on an overwhelming success, you learn something useful and can act on it. I ask one of the questions listed above, and everyone I share the answer with gets 1 experience, and I can also additionally choose 1 extra benefit. So the question I'm going to ask is... Well, okay, so this is a little bit metagaming here, but because we know what the hidden motives are. The hidden motives are that, they're hungry and would like to eat Fallon, if nothing else. So, yeah. So,
sorry.
What is the hardest danger to notice here?
Okay.
It's all the sexy vampire bitches that are hiding up in the rafters. No, that's a stupid idea.
So I am going to do something, I reckon.
Hell yeah.
Which is that, if you are scrutinizing the crowd, you will notice that some of the vampires here, you are pretty sure aren't vampires.
Ooh.
A lot of them look like a skin and some clothes. And then, we're not saying that there's a giant spider inside of the skin suit controlling the limbs with little sticks.
I hate that.
I love that.
But whatever's going
people.
on, the vampires think they're in control, but they're not in control. and the spiders want them to do something, and they have their little, like, people suits to get that to happen.
Mhm.
I hate it. I mean, it's good, but I hate it.
I think Lothalite, like, absorbs this information. Faye doesn't have a really good way to share it with the rest of the party in front of this this herald person, but I think she looks at the herald and is just like, we're just passing through. We simply ask for a moment of your time to grant us safe passage, and then we'll be on our way, and nothing will have to come of any of us having been here.
Oh, but you're such welcome guests. Let us entertain you. Surely you wouldn't spurn our entertainment, would you?
Trash isn't gonna say anything, but they are staring daggers.
It's like, I don't know about that. You were very rude to one of our Fallon pauses. Companions. She's not gonna call them friends yet. She doesn't know these bitches.
I'll take it. Yeah, that's fine.
It's they have such a limited palate. If one is to dine in fine society, one must play the game. They made a social faux pas, and I'm sure a lady of quality like you knows that a social faux pas must be commented on. And we are so terribly bored.
She's like, she can't, like, deny this, but also she's like, I don't know, I didn't see this social faux pas, so I don't know about that. So she's just like, turns her nose up.
Perhaps you might indulge us.
And what would this
You know,
indulgence
Sam,
entail? What?
It sounds like you're trying to enter into some sort of pact or treaty with these monsters, so you may be able to trigger your diplomacy move.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, yeah. So, whenever I sign off on a pact, contract, treaty, or deal with an NPC or monster, this move triggers. All of the following events occur. The two main signatories get 3 bonds on each other. So I get a bond on this vampire bitch. Every dungeon bitch involved gets 1 experience. You can include a single loophole or ambiguity in the deal to be exploited later. You don't have to decide what it is yet, but you can reveal it when you choose to act on it. No one else involved knows that it's there until you tell them. So...
That last bit's fun.
It sounds like we're hashing that out in the conversation that's
Yeah.
happening right now,
Yes.
yeah.
Like, I think the vampires are, like, happy to give you safe passage, even, like, happy to assist you in your safe passage. But they want you to entertain them. Like, they're kind of stuck down here, and they're very, very bored. So, I think they would like to gamble with you. I think they have a big old chess set, and they want you to entertain them with a game against, you know, the Duke of Chess.
The Duke of Chess!
Is the Duke of Chess's name Deep Blue?
No, but his outfit is.
Is this a reference I don't understand?
It's a famous chess AI.
Oh,
Yeah.
the chess AI. Yes. Okay, it is a reference I
Yep.
don't understand. Excellent. Sure.
So, what will you do for us if you lose? And what do you want if you win?
Well, obviously, of course, this means that now I have to, out of character, be good at diplomacy, which is fun times.
I mean, crowdsource it with the other players.
That's true. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, if we win, if I win, obviously, they give us safe passage and assist us somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can owe you a solid later.
Yeah.
Because we've got
Yeah,
to
it's an
come.
IOU.
We've got to come back up this way. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's
Well,
the okay, loophole or ambiguity of the deal. So
I mean, we can wait for that. You can just go,
yeah.
you know, once it all goes horribly wrong, or when something else all goes horribly wrong, you can go, wait, the vampires said.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
So if I win, they let us go free, and they owe us a favor.
Yep.
And if I lose, ooh, I will. I don't know.
What do you think they want?
I was about to say, you can make it something juicy, and then if when you lose the game, that's when you can pull out the loophole.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, part of me is just like, well, I mean, yes, they're bored, they want entertainment. I mean, like, if I lose, part of me is like, oh yeah, they'll give them some of my blood or fucking whatever. But like, do I even actually know that they're vampires?
Well, I mean, I feel like we established that they're visibly vampires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mosquito-y.
Does Fowlin know what that means?
I reckon.
Alright, yeah. So, I mean, like...
I reckon there are enough bodice-ripping romances about vampires.
Oh, of course
that...
then, yes. Of course. So, yeah, so, like, I mean, if I lose, then they can have a little bit of blood, and then... They can have enough blood that it is not inconveniencing to me by making me feel sick.
Oh, like a sampling.
A little sample.
Fondue.
A little sample of blood.
A wine and cheese party, and you get to be the big cheese. Isn't that delightful, darling?
I think I get to be the wine in that case, but...
Oh my god.
Sorry. Yeah, how about that?
You know, normally we would ask for something more, but you do smell delicious.
Of course I do.
Very well. Very well. And, like, spits in her hand, and there's this little red smear, and she'll offer it to shake.
She's like holding her hand up to her chest, like she's like struggling with herself to take it. And she just sort of like reaches out, and she's not even looking anymore. She like turns her head away and is like holding her hand out to shake.
Is this handshake horrible enough that you have to endure pain for it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's horrible that
roll with hard.
she is unhappy.
Roll with hard.
Cool. I get -1 to hard, so that's gonna be great. It's just 2d6s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Roll. 7.
Hey.
Hey.
So, you get an interesting choice at this point.
Alright.
You can be fine, and everything's okay, or you can take a point of hurt and get an experience because this is a learning moment.
Yay. I'm gonna take some experience. Is experience just like
Hell yeah.
a tick mark, or is experience like...
It's a tick mark, and when you get a 5th experience, you get an advance.
Hell yeah. Cool, I took some experience. And where do I mark hurt? There you go, hurt. X.
Yeah. And how is that hurt that you're taking from having a bad time manifesting?
This looks really unhappy. Like
just like, oh.
she
Are you like feeling... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Are you feeling like sick to your stomach or something
A
like
little
that?
bit,
Like
yeah.
some sort of physical illness?
She's like a little nauseous having to take this thing's blood spit hand, but she shakes it, not looking.
We're very proud.
Gonna be seeing it in your dreams for the next month.
Yeah.
So, how does this chess game go?
I don't know.
Like, there is no mechanic for playing chess. Who do we reckon wins? Is Fowlin good at chess?
Is Fallon good at chess? Well, I mean, as part of her diplomacy stuff, you'd think she probably is. Like,
Okay.
does that... I mean, we could also just, like, roll a contested straight roll. Or, like, a contested, I get +1 because I'm good at chess.
Like, I feel like it makes like, if you want to win, if you think it makes sense for the character to win, I think just go with that.
That's fair.
I think if we think it would be fun to lose, go with that.
I think it's fun to have it be random whether she wins
Toss
or
a coin.
loses.
Do a coin flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a d2.
Heads 1, tails 2, tails loses.
Yeah, I'll just roll it in the
Yeah.
dice stuff channel.
Well, I mean, you can roll it in the roll 20 because, like,
Can you roll a d2 and roll in the roll 20?
yeah, you can
Yeah.
/r 1d2.
Oh, okay. There we go then.
You can roll a d whatever.
Well, we got 2. Is that losing?
Yeah.
Cool. I lose the chess game. Awesome.
Rip.
So,
That's what happens when you don't study up against centuries-old gambits that nobody plays.
It's
Mhm.
true. It's true. They opened up with the Bon Cloud opening, and I just didn't know what to do.
yeah,
Oh no, he watches chess streaming.
there was a solution to this opening perfected like 2 centuries ago,
Nobody plays
but
it
it's so
anymore.
obvious that nobody uses it and nobody teaches it anymore.
Yep. And I fucked it up. Sorry, that's just like my favorite stupid chess thing is the Bon Cloud opening. Yeah, so I fucking lose. And I look real unhappy about it.
Question, I feel like I'm being a horrible person in the GM seat at the moment.
No, you're having fun, it's good. I
But
love it.
also, like, so giving some vampires some blood, do you reckon that's an endure pain?
That's almost certainly an endure pain. If, like, the spit was bad enough, like...
This is like, I gotta pull my hair to the side and let them drink out of my neck, or offer them my wrist to drink out of my wrist. Like...
Yeah.
Oh no, they're all turning up with shot glasses.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So, she's just sort of like very stiffly sitting in this chair and is like, alright, well, I concede defeat. She like looks back at her companions and is like, I genuinely looks afraid now rather than like the over the top like, oh my god, what is that type of fear, but like in the like deeper kind of scared. Like,
Yeah.
what do I do now?
So, I am not particularly good at this sort of thing. But I think if you would allow me to roll the move Share Someone's Pain,
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
which yeah, you have to consent to me rolling it. But if you do, then Trash will take your other hand and, like, put a hand on your shoulder.
That's
Aw.
cute.
Aww.
Yeah, sure, go ahead and do that. I think
okay.
she's scared enough that she'll accept that from somebody who's as dirty as you.
Yeah. So I'll roll that. Ooh.
Oop, never mind, it didn't work.
Oh, it's just awkward. It's just
Okay.
Awkward. It's just really
so
awkward.
on a fail, yeah, it's just really awkward. Yeah, so in the text it says it's a bit awkward. She's kind of oversharing. So I think in this case, you are just so terrified. I don't think I can help. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, but also, like, I'm so terrified I don't think you can help, and then, like, your dirty hand on my shoulder, like, I flinch away from it. Like,
It's not. Yeah, it's like, sorry. But then out of character, I would remind that you do have your
yeah.
you can pull up the fine print at any point.
And you have 3 bonds on them. You can just go, I have 3 bonds.
Yep,
You listen to me. I am going to bribe you with bonds to do a thing.
true. Or I
Hmm.
can bribe them with money.
Or that.
You do have that.
I do have that. So what I'm gonna do is sort of shake myself out of my fear for a second and go, now, hold on a moment. The contract that we came up with says that I will give you a taste. I did not ever specify how big that taste was, and she pulls out one of her embroidery needles and she pricks her finger. And she says, I will give you each 1 drop, and that is all.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I think the vampires have got what they want out of this. They'll go along with that.
Hell yeah.
Like, they
Mostly just wanted to
It
be
wasn't
entertained.
about the blood.
Yeah.
They wanted to watch you squirm for a bit and see what you would do.
Yeah. Nice.
Fuckers.
Yeah! I did it, I used my move. Woo! Woo! Mechanics. I find sometimes that on this show we kind of forget to use mechanics once we get into the role-playing section, so... just sometimes.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where was next? Like, assuming that you can, you know, be a wine and cheese party and sidle away from the vampires once they're satisfied. Like, where was next on the plan? Where were you going?
So there's the spiders who Lothalai and Trash probably have some amount of engagement with. Or we could decide if there's like a path to like the Fallen Titan Forge Mistress's sort of big anvil zone. Or if we would have to go through the spiders for that.
I mean, looking at the little map we have, there is a direct link between the Titan
There's a
and the
direct
spiders.
link.
Yep.
So we do have to go through the
And
spider
between
cave.
the vampires.
Oh, is it between the vampires as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Titan, the
So-
vampires, and the spiders are a little triangle.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Cool. So we could go straight to the Fallen Titan Forge Mistress now, or we could go to the spiders and then go to the Forge Mistress from there.
Yeah. So I guess it's a matter of if Lothalai and Trash would like to visit the spiders, and if Lothalai would like to find out what they're doing with the vampires.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, honestly, like, I'm not sure that Lothalai actually gives a crap about the vampires, and, like, if the spiders are having machinations on the vampires. Like, Faye likes the spiders well enough and has a good enough relationship with them. It's like, how about live and let live? So,
Not my problem.
yeah, that sounds like a vampire problem to me. As long as they're still willing to sell me silk, I'm fine with that. Also just because, keeping an eye on time, I think it would be more interesting to go ahead and go to the Forge Mistress and find out what's up with her.
Okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, how does Millicent rejoin our party, by the way? Does she just appear when we get to the other side of the banquet hall?
I think so. I think, like, at the other side of the banquet hall, you have Millicent has, like, found a nice shady corner, spread out her little kind of gingham blanket, got out her cheese, got out her wine, has a pair of, like, opera glasses, and is just watching what you lot are up to.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And I bet this is, like, right near the exit towards the spiders, too, so as we're leaving, we come across her little picnic.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, like, Fowlin's gonna just fucking collapse to sit next to her and, like, rest her head on Millicent's shoulder, like, oh, it was horrible.
Aww.
Oh, did you have fun?
No. Then she takes some cheese and shoves it into her mouth. Did you have fun? No.
Well, darling, I had fun.
I'm sure you did.
There, have a little cry and some cheese. Have a little cry
I do this.
and some cheese.
I do this.
I feel like I'm sharing her pain at this point.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
2d6 plus 1. I get a 9.
Hell yeah. Is that a regular success?
That's a regular success.
Hell yeah.
If you spent a bond on me, it would go up to, like, an overwhelming, and you would get the bond back. Just saying.
That's cool. Yeah, why don't I do that? I spend my bond and then I get it back. And then I guess we get 2 bonds on each other, or is that one we get to pick?
We get to pick. I'm going to take 2 bonds on each other.
Hell yeah.
And then I am going to transfer 1 hurt from you to me.
Hell yeah. Did I have 2 hurts there? I don't think I ever actually rolled endure pain.
You only, I mean,
Oh, that's right.
you
'cause
managed to get out of, like,
Yeah.
being exsanguinated,
Yes.
so you're probably fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I
you
have
you only
0
took
hurt.
the one.
And I have 3 bonds on Millicent
Yep.
and 2 bonds from...
I think 2. You had 1.
I had 1, I
you
spent it,
and then you got 2.
and then I got... Well,
Yep.
so do I only get 2 bonds, not when it
Yeah.
says you get a bond on each other and something else, when it says you each get 2 bonds on it, that's not in addition to the bond that the move being an overwhelming success gives you?
You spent a bond, taking you down to 0.
Yeah.
And then we both get 2.
Okay. Got it. So, because it says on an overwhelming success, she gets a bond on you, and you can pick something, say, one or more of the options below. So if we get to 2 bonds on each other...
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
In which case I am possibly reading the wrong text.
It does say that, yeah. So, yeah, you'd be at 3.
nice.
Sweet.
Cool. We have a nice little moment where I cry on your shoulder and eat some cheese. Like big Studio Ghibli tears, like shoving cheese into my mouth.
Yes.
It was horrible.
And, well, while all that's going on, Trash is just gonna gravitate over towards Lothalai like, a bunch of pricks, huh?
They are kind of soft.
Mm.
Not that Lothalai has any room to talk, because Faye does have +1 to soft, but, you know.
I have 0 soft and
I think-
+2 to queer. Because I'm bad at stats.
Doing the standard. There.
Trash is bad at relating people and very good at being a bastard.
Love it.
Just drink the champagne and let it all out. It's going to be okay. I mean, no, it's not going to be okay. It's going to get much more exciting after this.
Oh,
But this is a good introduction, don't you think? Wasn't that fun, though? Wasn't there the thrill of danger?
No.
Don't you just live for these moments?
No.
Well, I do.
So I am going to make a suggestion rather than just a montage, because because of who I, August, am as a person, I want to give Trash Victory a chance to reveal her true form.
Yeah.
I vote that we roll on the random monster table on our way to the abandoned mines where
yeah.
the Forge Mistress lives.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright. Who wants to do the honors to roll in 2d6?
I'll do it since it's my idea.
I was about to say August should do
Sweet.
it because it was their
Okay.
idea.
So that's a 3 and a 5. Oh, this is fun.
A
no.
screamer. Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
A throbbing pillar of mutated flesh, shrieking and writhing. This is delightful. I love all of your random tables. They're all, without fail, absolutely delightful.
Oh, God.
This is gonna be the point where Fowlin does the shrieking, "Oh my god, what is that?"
Yeah. So if this place, here's my question as we get deeper into this place. So it's all brutalist, but how straight ahead is it, and how like easy to lose yourself and kind of twisty is it? Because basically I'm wondering how hard would it be for us to miss this thing?
I mean, I think it's
Like,
screaming very loudly, so you know that it's there somewhere.
I guess, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true, actually.
Here's
Yeah.
here's my pitch. So the corridors aren't like twisting in the traditional sense, but it's almost like labyrinthine with all sorts of sharp
Mhm.
right angles.
Yeah.
And since it's all concrete, the sound bounces really easily.
Yeah.
So we have
Mhm.
no idea where this thing is, because the sound at
Ah.
some point just starts coming up from all around us.
Yeah. Shit. What the fuck? Anybody got ears for it?
I think we all have ears and can hear it screaming. What is it?
I'm at. Well, like we have to find it first, but it's not good. So if we're having trouble figuring out what's going on,
Yeah.
I reckon someone's got to make a move, try to work something out. And
Yeah.
Trash, once again, does not have the strongest senses. They still might try here because it makes sense for them to, because they probably think that they're like, Lothalai is tall, but she's you know, sizes and everything. She wasn't made for violence. She's too sweet.
So I have a question. Would we say that this screaming pillar of flesh doesn't know that I'm looking for it?
Well,
How?
I mean,
We haven't been quiet, have we?
I have.
It's true.
I don't know about you,
You
Chunks.
are.
I have.
The rest of us have not been particularly quiet, especially Fallon.
How about I step into the GM seat since this monster is my idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about you give me another escape notice roll, and that'll determine
Okay.
whether or not it knows you're looking for it.
I mean, that's a
Oh
7.
yeah, since you already came out of hiding
Yeah.
before. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's going to kind of sneak away from the party a little bit. Kind of, you know, observe the space, listen to what's going on, see how it moves in relation to the loud people.
mhm.
Kind of be a, I don't want to say case the joint out, but pretty much that, you know. Pretend that it's a guard.
Mhm.
And reveal some truths, if that's alright.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
2d6 plus 1. That
Oof.
is a... No.
I think you're in a position because you failed. You learned
Yep.
nothing, and your probing causes problems. I think
Yep.
if you blow your cover, you can escape safely, or you are forced to act now because you can see it, but
Yeah.
this will determine whether it sees you.
Unless anybody wants to spend some bonds here.
Well, it's also a matter of like, do we know where you are and what you're doing, and would be able to do something?
That is a good question. Like, I reckon Millicent will have gone, like, just stand here and be bait whilst I work out what it's doing.
I'm very good at
and
that.
fucked off.
In that case, I've got a bond I could spend, which would not bring you up to a success, but if your cover's about to be blown and action needs to happen, I could become a much bigger target.
Yeah? Fuck it, let's just blow
Okay.
my cover. I think that's fun. I think it's more fun. Let's
Yeah,
just blow my
that sounds
cover.
like an interesting time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, you know, Millicent has definitely found it, and it has definitely found Millicent.
Mm.
And there's just kind of this distant hell echoing about as she starts legging it back towards you.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
I'm gonna immediately jump to clinging to Lothly's arm instead, because
Yeah. Just
Um,
just climb Lothali like a fucking koala bear.
yep.
As it's like reaching after Millicent, and she's running back towards us yelling help, Trash is gonna yell out, fuck, Freebird, and
Cover my ears real quick, like take my arm off of Lothly and be like, cover my ears, and like give a thumbs up and then cover my ear again.
and there's like a snapping of bones as her arms and fingers reconfigure, her fingers growing longer and skin starting to grow between where there wasn't before, and her hairs turn into like sharp pins that grow into feathers, and her body starts to get longer, especially in the torso and her neck. Their feet and legs, you can see under the dress, start to grow almost scaly as they form into talons, and their head, it's almost like less like the head of a vulture and more like the skull of one, with just a layer of skin over it, with feathers growing on top, white feathers on the face, and then auburn ones that match their hair down the body with black wings. And inside of their beak, you can still see gums and human-looking teeth still in there. Kind of like I think of like Phantom of the Paradise, or more specifically Fantiana, the figurine based on it by oh my god, I can't remember his name. He's like a famous tokusatsu designer, and I'm blanking on his name right now. Anyway, very gross, very gnarled, and she's gonna put also, yeah, like she's pretty big. Like, obviously she's not standing straight up, she's like hunched down and stuff, and like is about to like be on all fours, but probably reaches about 9 feet if you take into account like how long her back and neck are now. And Trash is going to scream.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
To try to out-scream the screamer. Neither I nor Trash know if this thing, if this will hurt it like it would other things, but at the very least, it'll definitely get its attention. Yeah, so when I scream, grass cracks, ears bleed, and people whimper in fear and pain. I get to roll my lash out at an additional +1 when I scream instead of doing something else, and my hard is normally at +1, so I get to roll this with +2. And Jesus, wow, okay. I way got an overwhelming success.
That's a 12.
So, my question is, does the screaming work, or is this lash out also going to have to include, like, some biting and clawing?
I think that's up to you. If you, like, what do you think would be cooler? Do you think it would be cooler just for the force of Trash's scream to be enough to, like, pulverize this into mush? Or do you think it would be better to, like, not only have the scream, but also, like, have her, you know, showing a more, like, violent, monstrous nature on top of that?
I think both might be good. Or I think maybe the scream's enough, but she gets carried away and keeps going a bit.
Yeah.
So, on an overwhelming success with the lash out, the problem is solved. You get what you want with only mild costs. You pick one option from the list of problems, and if your victim was another PC, they probably take 2 hurt. So, my thought, and everyone else can weigh in on this, I think it'd be interesting if it's somebody I care about who's present takes a point of hurt. Like, one of you are just absolutely mortified by everything that's happening.
Shotgun.
All right. So Millicent takes a point of hurt. So yeah, what happens is y'all, since you did cover your ears ahead of time, don't really hear just how loud it is. But yeah, Trash lets out this horrendous scream through her now like elongated throat, and like just is unnatural screech, and it, because we are in such a all these sharp corners and flat hard surfaces, like there's a lot of echoing in here, and the shrieker just like it kind of stops chasing after Millicent and vibrates a little bit, and like there's like little disgusting, like unnaturally colored fluids start to leak out from all sorts of points in it as its skin like starts to burst, and it starts to fall down to the ground and leave a little puddle, and Trash runs on her wings and talons to get to the base of this, quote, pillar of flesh, and puts her 2 talons into the base of it and digs down with her beak and her teeth and starts biting into it to rip it out of the ground. And when she's done, just kind of sits there perched over it, hunched, and turns her head around on her long neck to look back at the group and see how they're doing. It's very intimidating looking, though they don't mean it.
I am halfway climbed up Lolith. Or Lothly. Lolith, Lothly, same difference. I am just, like, hiding behind Lothalai, like, both arms grasping Lothalai's one arm, with my hands over my ears, like, a little freaked. I have not even looked up yet. I don't know. I have not seen any of this.
That's probably for the better.
I think Millicent has had a small amount of shit kicked out of her just by, like, flailing tentacles whilst fleeing, and is looking, like, very battered and unhappy.
So, I know that Millicent took a point of hurt, but honestly, I feel like Lothalai should probably take a point of hurt, because holy shit.
Yeah, you can endure pain, for sure. There's nothing stopping that from happening.
I do not
or do you
see
just
it.
want to take the point instead?
I just feel like it's narratively appropriate to take the point.
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
So
I do not see it.
Yeah, so, Trash kind of sees how shaken, like, Lothalai's looking, and, like, the fact that, Fowlin isn't even, like, looking or anything, and it's just like, oh, right, this is maybe not, what they signed up for. And, there's once again, like, the sound of bones crunching as she kind of curls, down onto the ground, and everything snaps back into place, and all that's left is the last few auburn feathers, like, falling out, like, as she, like, almost molts the skin off to put on her human guise, and the mullet grows back in. And she's got, some blood on her feet, and all over her dress, and on her mouth.
Gross.
And starts to try to, like, wipe it off and, like, walk back to the group.
Lothalai kind of, like, she's shaking, like, and you can tell, like, even if it weren't obvious, like, the lantern is trembling a little bit, and she's just like, well, that explains some stuff, I guess. Trying to, like, pretend that, like, Faye's okay, but no, it ain't working.
Fallon hasn't uncovered your ears yet, so she doesn't actually know that it's over.
It nearly ate me. It tried to eat me. This is exciting sport.
As a spirit.
I'm normally on the other end of the shotgun, but this is exciting sport. Are we going to take a trophy home with us?
I think at that point, on cue, there is a burp from Trash.
Gross.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't recommend it.
God, I feel so excited.
Without uncovering her ears, Fallon's like, is it over? Her eyes are, like, squished shut, her ears are covered, but she's still like, can I uncover my ears? Is it over?
And, as she's asking that, Trash is, like, grabs the skirt of her dress and, like, lifts the whole thing up and, like, starts to, like, properly wipe her face off.
Oh no.
Oh no. I feel like this is what Fallon opens her eyes to, finally.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And she's just like, takes her hands off of her ears. Is like, I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know.
No, you don't.
Oh,
The important thing is that Trash was very heroic, and now the monster is gone.
Yep.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
it's definitely gone.
Gone.
I mean, it's right over there, but it's not doing anything anymore.
I think, good old Vic, they don't really have that much of a sense of when it is or is not appropriate to say or ask things, but they're just gonna, like, look at Lothalai and be like, you want to talk about anything? You look a little...
Oh my god. Lothway is just like, nope, we're good. We're good here. Let's keep going, please.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Isn't this
Hey,
good sport?
No sweat. Yeah.
Give me a moment. I'm just gonna open up my lovely backpack and get out this lovely Pinot Noir and just take the cork out. And this is my bottle to keep me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna kind of
and I'm
saunter
also-
along, drinking heavily.
I'm gonna just like hold.
If it makes. No, you're good.
I was gonna say I'm gonna hold my hand out to Millicent, like, bottle, please.
Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay?
I don't care.
You can have the Chardonnay then, because it's less good.
Awesome. I just drink directly from the bottle.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
I just need a fucking swig.
Also, I think unless Lothalai opposes, I think Trash is gonna motion to take the lantern so that Lothalai doesn't have to worry about catching on fire and gestures.
Yeah, Lothalai does not stop them.
Do you hand the whole stick over or just the lantern?
The whole stick.
Okay. And also, I mean, if it makes everyone else feel better, I mean, Trash is also not having the best time. I mean, this thing probably didn't really have bones. It's a pillar of flesh, so not even any food.
Didn't even have anything crunchy to chew on. I'm probably gonna
Nothing crunchy.
Gonna very wobbly hold out a handkerchief like by its corner towards Trash, like, you've got a little something on your. She like points to her own face. You've got a little something.
Ah, did I miss a spot? Oh shit, sorry. And takes the handkerchief and like, I guess would rub at like her like around her like nose and lips. It's like, did I get it?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Cool.
If she tries to hand the handkerchief back to me, I'm gonna be like, no, you keep it.
Oh, alright, sure, alright. And just kind of like throw it down the neck hole of her dress.
Cool.
She sees, the fine ladies pull them out from somewhere in that vicinity. So that's probably it.
Yeah, that's where they live.
That's where they live. So yeah, a very shaken party and Trash head off to the Forge Mistress.
Yeah.
Do we stop by to say hello to the spiders first, or are we just heading straight to the Forge Mistress?
I think we'd said just for time reasons, probably just to go to the Forge Mistress straight away.
Let's say that we popped in, said hello. I didn't even look at them. Yep. We had a cursory conversation with the spiders and then went on our way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure, like, Millicent did the same thing she did last time, where she just quietly vanished for the duration.
Mm-hmm. Trash asks if they're still on next Sunday for watching a puppet show.
I was gonna be like, for hologram crystals, the things that can record stuff on them.
Yeah.
Fantasy movies.
But yeah, they're puppeteers, so they probably have like some Punch and Judy type stuff going on.
Yeah.
And they're spiders, so they'll have liquid bones, and Trash prefers organic.
Yeah. So, like, this Forge Mistress, what do we reckon her deal is? What do you reckon she's, like, up to?
Well, I think she's definitely the ex of the Medusa Queen, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I also think that maybe the war that's coming to town isn't only between two religious factions.
Oh.
Oh.
And that maybe she is also busy filling out an armory for somebody's machinations.
I love that.
Making, like, in my head, I've just pictured, like, spider-shaped plate armor.
Oh, hoo.
I doubly love this.
I do love this.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing that she's good at her job, because they might be big spiders, but she's very big, is the thing.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the thing with spiders is they have so many bendy bits.
Lots of
Yeah,
joints.
I feel like this feels basically like the equivalent of, like, doing origami, but with steel.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
she's not even using a hammer. Maybe this is just something that she's doing by hand. Like, maybe she just has the metal that she just puts in the fire by the sheet and then takes it out and then just, like, rolls it up and, like, uses some tiny tools to put in the articulation.
Yeah.
Tubes.
Yeah. Or, like I
Making
mean,
tubes.
you know, maybe she's just hardcore enough that she just straight up holds the stuff and dunks it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, like, I feel like she's old enough that she wouldn't be exactly dressed this way, but she's the kind of person who combines a plaid shirt with dungarees, you know?
So she's butch.
I could see that.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm here for it.
Lumberjack vibes.
Incredibly so. Yeah.
Has she ever taken off her work apron?
Never in her life. It is part of her skin.
Maybe that's
I
why
think-
she and Medusa broke up.
The work apron
It's like,
stays on
please.
during sex.
It's like,
I mean, we've all been there.
come on, like, I'm royalty. You can't just be in the bedroom like this. There's standards.
I'm sorry, but the work apron stays on.
Yeah.
But you're right. She's never taken the work apron off in her entire career. She might
Yeah.
have been born with
Yeah.
it. We don't know.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, I'm
Also,
picturing...
okay, how...
Sorry,
You go. You keep going.
Like, I'm picturing in my head, you know the incredibly impractical, like, chainmail bikini?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
that for dungarees.
Oh my god.
Incredible. Just a fucking
yes.
chainmail overalls.
Yes.
That
Correct.
sounds very
The
uncomfortable.
right choice. Well, she has regular ones underneath.
Yeah. Also, like, when you were carved from the living mountain in ancient times, it's less of a problem.
Yeah,
True.
there's less worry about chafing when you're made of rocks.
It's true, but imagine carving out every single link in that chainmail.
Yeah.
Maybe she made the chainmail and put it on over top of the, like, carved rock, dungarees.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here we go.
She's strong enough that instead of having to do chainmail ring by ring, she just knits her chainmail.
Oh, God.
That's interesting.
Listen,
She's just got
chainmail.
long strands of metal on needles.
Listen, chainmail is effectively knitting with metal anyway. Like, if you look
Yeah.
at the way that the rings interlock and you compare it to the way that the yarn interlocks when you're knitting, it's
Yeah.
basically the same fucking thing.
I've seen people make fake chainmail by knitting it.
Yeah.
So, like, what kind of, you think she went with, like, a fancy stitching pattern then?
Ooh, you could get all sorts of cool chainmail with fancy knitting
Yeah.
Yeah.
stitches.
Like, look, here's the thing, right? Like, everybody's got, stockinette chainmail, but, have you ever seen cabled chainmail?
Oh my god, that would be
God.
glorious. I love this.
I love this. Well, I'm finding a lot of very good pictures of knitted chainmail right now.
Good.
God, I'm
I'm
going
glad.
to Google.
Yeah, so she's probably not even using a hammer, so we don't necessarily hear her at work as we approach, right?
You just hear the clacking of
I
her
guess
gigantic
not.
knitting needles.
So my next question is how big the big lady?
Oh, like 15 feet tall.
I was gonna say 20, but 15 is acceptable.
I mean, we can say 20. Make her taller. Make her 20. Big.
I would say we stack all of us up,
Mm-hmm.
like one on top of the other. She's about that big.
Okay, so yeah, that's like that's probably
question
close
is-
to 20.
Yeah, my question is if that includes like my full technical height, because that's an extra 5 feet if so.
She's
I
big.
mean, only if you stop slouching.
She big. Big.
She be.
Big lady.
Yeah.
I think
She was the hardest to furnish the condo for. It's like you're so big. A whole room you sized?
Yeah.
That's like a building.
she is big.
Yeah,
I love her. Fallon is
we
awestruck.
love her.
Yeah.
Awestruck by looking at her. It's just like, whoa.
Like, I'm assuming we've just all agreed this is the best NPC.
Yes. Of course we have. All of us would love to kiss this gigantic woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that, like, the way this probably goes down is, like, we arrive in the forge, and, like, she is there knitting at her anvil. And I reckon the four of us are just kind of staring in delight for a while before she notices us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think there's a certain gravitas to her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She really commands a room.
Yep. Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/standingstonesprod. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!